all. Yes. They have what's known as the contents, the introduction of where the money comes from. Oh, and then the acronyms, commonly used public finance acronyms and abbreviation, and then where the money goes. Yes. It's really exciting that you got elected to office and you thought, well, I'm never going to be accountable for my decision of running for office, but my thought is you are. So you're involved in government because you want to accomplish something. Now, regardless of why you got involved, by now you've realized you can accomplish much if you can't. You realize you can't accomplish much if you can't speak the language of public finance, folks. In fact, many policymakers lament that they spend more time than ever on budgets and tax policy and less time on the policies and programs they care about most. Now, the goal of this guide is to help you speak that language, or put differently, to help you become financially literate. You're financially literate if you understand your jurisdiction's financial story. That story has several parts, and those parts are the major sections of this guide. How does your jurisdiction get and spend its money? How does it finance big ticket items like infrastructure improvements? Is it sound financial shape? To that end, this guide covers three main types of information related to each part of the financial story. Oh, the technical knowledge. Once you've read this guide, you will have a much clearer sense of how government collects taxes, analyzes costs, and borrows and prepares financial statements, essential questions, and what not to do. What don't you do? Oh, there are many splashy examples of financial illiteracy. More often than not, these misunderstandings follow some flawed but widely held ideas about how public finance works. This guide tries to identify and clear up some of these misconceptions. Now, this is really, really important, isn't it? Quick facts, okay. State of public finance. The newly elected public official that had signed on their candidacy form that they would support and defend the Constitution of their individual states in the United States. And then when they got elected, they had sworn as they signed their oath of office. That is, a newly elected official or a long-time government leader, you will find yourself in the throes of public finance. Governing surveyed federal, state, county, and local government leaders to gain better insight into their understanding of public finance. Now, 34% don't know how frequently their jurisdiction assesses its debts. So that means that of those in government, 1 out of 3 of them, yes, do not understand jurisdiction. So, now let's say you're the sheriff. In your mind, you just need a new patrol car, or you need to raise taxes to build another detention center for those that are juveniles. But you don't understand jurisdiction. Let me give you an example of what you do have jurisdiction over and what you don't. Let's say you issue a protection order where the respondent did not get notice of court hearings. Yes. The petitioner did not acknowledge it, and quite possibly she wasn't there on the day of the court hearing. Yes! And then you used a forgery of the ex officio elected court clerk and the fraudulent use of the state court seal. And then you had somebody serve me that had no legal right to know anything about my personal life. Yes! And then you served somebody after you served me that has no legal right to know anything about my personal life. Yes! Now, this jurisdiction. You don't seem to fucking understand jurisdiction.